In Genesis 2:18, after God had repeatedly called creation good, we come to the first thing in creation that's said to be not good, when God says it's not good for man to be alone. So God creates Eve to be a helper suitable for him, and in response, Adam breaks out in song as he delights in his bride, and the two become one flesh. And it's a beautiful portrait of marriage, but it raises the question, what about those who are not married? Does singleness mean missing out on what is good? Well, sometimes singleness can very much feel that way, but listen to what Paul says about singleness in 1 Corinthians 7. Now, as a concession, not a command, he says, I say this, I wish that all were as I myself am, but each has his own gift from God, one of one kind and one of another. To the unmarried and the widows, I say that it is good for them to remain single as I am. Okay, so according to Paul, singleness shouldn't be viewed as something less than marriage, nor should singleness be exalted above marriage. Instead, Paul describes both as a gift. Now, we might say, yeah, it makes perfect sense for marriage to be a gift, but singleness, if it's not good for humans to be alone, then how could singleness be a gift? Well, Paul gives us at least one answer in verse 35. I say this for your benefit, not to lay any restraint upon you, but to promote good order and to secure your undivided devotion to the Lord. Here's the reality. While marriage and family are wonderful things, they come with a great amount of responsibility. And that doesn't mean married people are less devoted to the Lord. It just means that their devotion to the Lord is perhaps primarily demonstrated through loving and serving their family. But for singles, your time, attention, energy, and commitment is without any familial restraints. Your opportunities are limitless. You can embrace a life of undivided devotion to the Lord in ways that no one else can. But for singles, for married couples, and for families, here's the challenge for all of us. In Mark 10:29, Jesus makes an incredible promise. Truly I say to you, there is no one who's left house or brothers or sisters or mother or father or children or lands for my sake and for the gospel, who will not receive 100-fold now in this time, houses and brothers and sisters and mothers and children and lands with persecution, and in the age to come, eternal life. So in this promise, Jesus recognizes that not everyone will receive the gift of marriage and family. But that doesn't mean that man has to be alone. And for the church, this promise means that no one should ever feel alone. Jesus promises that the need for belonging, closeness, and family intimacy will be fulfilled through you and me.